poorest to richest. Where would you be on the scale? To be the top 50% or the median person, in terms of having money, you would have a net worth of 52,000. Earn 10k a year, lives in an old apartment, owns an average phone and commutes typically by bike or public transport. To be in the top 10%, you would have a net worth of 280,000. Earn 10k in just 3 months, live in an average size house, owns 3 electronic devices, usually a smartphone, laptop and iPad, and drives a regular car. To be a top 1%, you need a net worth of $1 million, earns 10k in only 1 month, lives in a big bungalow, owns at least 5 smart devices, and have on average 2 cars. Well, does that make you feel poor? Don't worry, it will only get crazier from here, because to be the top 1,000 richest people or the top 0.00001% of the population, you need a net worth of 2.1 billion USD. The top 1,000 earns 10k in just 1 hour. They typically stay in any of their 4 luxury mansions and own at least 10 property all around the globe, including beach resorts, golf course, skyscrapers, and casinos, while having access to exclusive celebrity clubs, global events, and alliance with ministers and royalty. They also own an average of 18 cars from Bugattis to Rolls-Royce, 3 private yachts, and 1 private jet, and also owns at least 1 worldwide recognized franchise, commanding power that can drastically change the future in a simple meeting. Finally, we have the richest person, 1 in 7 billion, the top 0.0000001% of the whole population, Jeff Bezos. He has a net worth of 100 billion and makes 10k in only 1 minute. An average person would take a whole year. With 100 billion, you could buy the whole 21st Fox century and throw in Delta Airlines and Nintendo. You could also buy an army of most expensive sport teams and purchase a fleet of 1,000 supercars, 100 luxury planes, 10 cruise ships, and still have more than half of your remaining money left. Feeling depressed? Well, it's just getting started. Trust me, you find yourself feeling much worse. Now let's line up all 7 billion people according to their IQ to see how smart you are. The 50th percentile person has an average IQ of 100 and at least complete his or her high school education, understands 1 language. The top 10% would have an IQ of 120, an average college degree, and knows at least 2 languages. The top 1% would have an IQ of 135, enough to gain a spot at Mensa. They would typically also attain a first-class honors from a prestigious university and knows 3 languages, usually including 1 programming language. Remember that one kid who never studies but also topped the cohort? That's the top 1%. But that's only 1%. Let's go more extreme. The top 1,000 smartest person has an IQ of 172, enough to be a member of an exclusive mega high IQ society. They typically enter college at the age of 15, 4 years before most people enter, and have 2 Ivy League University PhDs. Examples included Einstein and Stephen Hawking. Alternatively, they can be too smart for college and drop out, becoming multi-millionaire in the process. This includes Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen and around 170. Let's not forget they know an average of 5 languages. But being a top 1,000 isn't enough to get a Nobel Prize. But for the person with the highest IQ in the world, a prize like that is attainable by age of 30. Meet ultra genius Terence Tao, the person with the highest verified IQ at 220, speaking 3 languages by the age of 1, when most people couldn't even walk at that age. What was your SAT math score? Because he got a perfect score at age of 9, something you would never probably get. At age 13, he was awarded a gold for International Math Olympiad, being the youngest gold recipient in history, something that I personally could have ever passed. Well, it's hard. It is that hard. But hey, at least I qualify for it. An achievement, I guess. He then proceeded to get a master's at 16, PhD at 21, and became a full professor by the age of 24. By 30, he was awarded the Fields Medal, a Nobel Prize equivalent for math, being the youngest ever recipient. He has since published over 300 academic papers, 10 books, theorems, and have contributed a whole new dimension in the field of mathematics. And then there's me, but I contribute to the YouTube community. So that's something. Nah, who am I kidding? Now, let's arrange everyone in terms of social media popularity, probably just to make myself feel better. The average median person has 200 Facebook friends, 33 Twitter followers, 25 Instagram followers, and 2 YouTube subscribers. The most popular 10% has 750 Facebook friends, 250 Twitter followers, 250 Instagram followers, and 20 YouTube subscribers. The top 1% has 3,000 Facebook friends, 1,000 Twitter followers, 1,200 Instagram followers, and 200 YouTube subscribers, over 15 times what average person has. The top 1,000 most popular social media person has 6 million Facebook likes, 2.8 million Twitter followers, 3.5 million Instagram followers, and 2.4 million YouTube subscribers. The amount of likes, followers, and subscribers they get within 1 minute is almost what an average person gets in a year. The most popular Facebook person, Cristiano Ronaldo, with 123 million likes. For Twitter, it's Katy Perry with 108 million Twitter followers. For Instagram, it's Selena Gomez with 132 million followers. And finally, PewDiePie of YouTube has 59 million subscribers. The most of any YouTube channel. The amount of likes, followers, and subscribers an average person gets in a year will take them just 1 second to obtain. Even for this YouTube channel, regular comparisons, which has over 300,000 subscribers, will take PewDiePie just 2 weeks to get what took us 3 years to achieve. Now, let's arrange everyone according to height from shortest to tallest. The average median player has a height of 5 feet 9 inches, while a female has a height of 5 feet 4 inches. The tallest 10% of males have a height of 185 cm, while the tallest 10% of females are 173 cm. This is typically height requirement to be a professional model. The tallest 1% of males have a height of 193 cm, while the tallest 1% of females are 180 cm. This is typically minimum height requirement to be a professional basketball player. The tallest 1,000 people have a height of 216 cm and 193 cm. This is about half a foot taller than an average NBA basketball player. They have a perfect view in a concert. Just pray you're not behind them. Finally, the tallest person to ever live, Robert Wadlow, stands at 272 cm tall, or 8 feet 11 inches, over 1 meter taller than an average sized man. Lastly, let's arrange all 7 billion people alive according to age and put them on the scale. The median person would be 30 years old and born in 1987. They would have been alive at the time of Jurassic Park premiere, witnessed the fall of the Soviet Union, and was just around when the World Wide Web was invented. The oldest 10% of our population would be 57 years old, born in 1960. They would have been alive at the time of the moon landing, witnessed the assassination of US President John F. Kennedy, and was just around when the first James Bond film premiered. The oldest 1% of our population, 7 billion, would currently be the age of 84, and born in 1933. They would have been alive during the start of World War II, and witnessed the premiere of the first Superman comic appearance and Snow White movie. The oldest 1,000 people alive, or the oldest 0.00001% of every person on Earth, would be 105 years old and born in 1913. They would have been alive at the time the USSR was formed and witnessed the first Tarzan movie during the black and white era, and was just around when World War I started. The oldest person alive is 117 years old and born in 1900. She was alive during the time when the Titanic sank, China still had an emperor, and when the Ford Model T was introduced.